Oolong Lab. So a lot of people are trying to figure out what they're going to do for the weekend. Today happens to be Friday, and if you have a lot of hobbies, great, because then you can actually do those things. But often if you're stuck at home and you don't know what to do, and if you're, I don't know, held in your home for a little bit longer than you need to be and going batty, and trying to figure out what you want to do. Well, it's that time to go and find out what teas you have in your cupboard. So the suggestion is to get all your teas out and figure out what you want to try. Now, particularly, we decided instead of just taking one tea, we decided to go with 3 teas. Now, 3 teas here, particularly, we have ones that have different oxidations of oolong, and so you can try them at home. And the whole idea is to figure out what you do have at home. And is it still good? Number 2, also, what does it taste like? And number 3, how do you make it? And number 4, does it pair with what you're drinking and eating during that time period? And number 5, seriously, do you enjoy it? Learn to enjoy your tea. So what we've done here in the Oolong Lab, what we have is 3 types of oxidations in terms of the jade, the gold, and the ruby that we happen to have in the actual TZ bags ready to go. And so if you want to have kind of like, if you're deciding that all your teas tend not to work out and you actually want to upgrade to something that actually is more comparable to like a steady, morning, afternoon, evening teas, or each one for a particular food you're eating or even the mood you're in, then you might want to select these 3. Now, the thing is that learning to make the tea is really not just, pouring hot water over a bag and then assuming that's going to work out. Really, the amount of tea is really critical, number 1. Number 2, the water, right? And then how long you steep it. Now, that might be the back end of it before you actually decant it and actually start consuming the tea. But what really makes these particular teas very special is not only the cultivar, the terroir, and obviously the processing methods. And so these teas took a long time from when it came from the farm to your table. And so from going from farm to table, we want to make sure we have the best quality tea and that actually accentuates that tea for that particular area or that cultivar as well. And so understanding the terroir, the cultivar, and then the processing method does make us appreciate every time we take a sip from each one of these teas. And so what I suggest to you is ground up your teas, right? Try 3. Don't try 2, don't try 1, try 3. Maybe not 4 because 4 can get a little bit complicated, but 1, you really don't have anything to compare it to, and 2, you only have one other thing to compare to. 3, at least you get a variety to figure out what you want to taste during that time frame. So what we suggest is round up your teas, try 3, pick ones that you might want to test out, compare, right? And enjoy yourself. Now you have a hobby at home.